Hey guys, welcome, man. Welcome to this fantastic webinar we're going to have today. This is going to be full of so much information. It's going to blow your mind. We've got some awesome people in here today. We've got a very, very cool guy on there. You know him. His name is Ryan. This guy has come from, working as a maintenance guy to making, up to 5 figures online, and he's really doing well. And actually, this is the person that actually got me started with internet marketing. And for all the years that I failed online, Ryan is the person that actually got me to a level where I actually quit all of the work that I was doing because I was making enough money online. And without further ado, I just wanted to introduce Ryan. So Ryan, if you can come aboard, man, and please just share us share with us everything you can, please.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, so thanks for the little intro, Dave. I really appreciate that, man. And you coming from as long as you've come in and just killing it online and quitting your job and helping literally tons of other people just make their very first commission online up to, getting to that point where other people can start leaving their jobs. And that's like kind of what our mission is, to kill jobs. It's the job killer society. I don't know, maybe we should name our new group or something like that. But what I want to talk about tonight is something that is really going to help you guys in your business. And anybody can do this, okay? Anyone can do this. And this is really what people want anyways, okay? This is a lot of the stuff that people want anyways, and this is really what's going to help you really relate with people coming into your business, and it really humanizes you, because that's what this is all about, is just being human, okay? We're all human beings. I put my pants on the same way as anybody else put their pants on. And I don't know if you followed me online for the last couple years, or you don't even have any idea who I am, or you don't know who Dave is, or you don't know who Wade Hamill is here, who I'm actually going to introduce to you here in just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this is stuff that is really going to help you in your business, and anybody can do this. And you are already, whether you know it or not, you've actually are already started on the path of what I'm going to talk about tonight. And I want to talk about storytelling, okay? Storytelling. Why storytelling? Why? Because we're freaking humans, and we like stories since the beginning of time, okay? We love stories. And I not only want to just touch on my story, the full thing, fairly quickly. I want to share some stuff with you that haven't really talked about in the past, and really just be human with you and tell you where I've come from, and how this can help relate to you, so that way you can engage with your audience. And you have an audience, whether you think you do or not. People are following you on the internet, whether you're posting on Facebook or anywhere. If you have an email list of just 5 people, you have people that are starting to follow you, and you need to understand that you need to market in the age that we're living in, okay? You need to market in the age that we're living in, and it's through storytelling. Some of the biggest online marketers in the world, Frank Kern, Jack Canfield, he's not really an online marketer, but just these big guys they all sell hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars through storytelling, okay? And I just really want to relate with you and tell you exactly where I've come from, and then where I'm at now, and then really the success that not just that I'm having, but a lot of my team members are having through using this thing that we call the internet. All right, and for me, I want to just kind of give you the ugly of everything that I've done, starting off when I was 17 years old. Okay, this is about 2009, and I was just finishing up my last year in high school. Okay, and I just got out of a relationship with this girl, and I was literally heartbroken. And I actually came online for the very first time not to really learn how to make money online, but I just wanted something to do with my time because I was like devastated from this heartbreak, okay? So my brother, being the entrepreneur that he is, he was like, "Hey man, you need to come online. Just try this thing out." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's make some money doing this online stuff." And so I picked up I got on my brother's computer. You know, I'm 17 years old, and I was on a mission to make money on the line. Okay, this, like I said, this was 2009, and I didn't even know how I didn't even use the internet for anything, and I just wanted to make money online so I could prove to my girlfriend that my ex-girlfriend, that she made a terrible decision for breaking up with me, because now I'm an internet millionaire and look what you are missing out on. That was really that was my motivation. Okay, so when I went on the internet, I went on this thing called ClickBank, and I don't know if anybody knows what ClickBank is, but it's an online marketplace where you can pick literally anything that you want to pick from, and you can grab an affiliate link and just try and sell it on the internet. So that's what I did. Um, you know, the thing that I thought would be cool to start getting into selling would be wine making kits or whatever, and I was getting into this thing, what's called bum marketing. Okay, if you guys know who Travis Sago is, you probably don't know who he is, but he's a big marketer. He's still around, but he was exceptionally a lot bigger in 2009 from what I understand. And I was learning what was called bum marketing, and you don't have to spend any money online, and what you do is you create a Squidoo lens, and then you have a blog, and then you have to write articles through what's called e-zine articles, and then rank these in Google over a 3-week period. Hopefully somebody will click on your link, read your e-zine article, click on a link in an e-zine article, go to a Squidoo lens, read that Squidoo lens, which is kind of like a blog, click on the link in the Squidoo lens, go to a sales page that's a mile long, there's no video, and hopefully they'll click on my link and then buy a wine making kit. Like, I know what wine is all about, right? So that's where I came from, and I literally sat in front of the computer and typed hours and hours and hours, 10, 15 blogs about a wine at 17 years old. What the heck do I know about making wine? So that's what I try to do. Completely just failed at that, and I was like, this is an entrepreneurial thing. It's not going to work for me. 18, 19 comes around, and I was introduced. I just wanted to be an entrepreneur. At that point on, I saw my brother making money online, and I was terrible at school. I actually, and a lot of people don't know this, but when I was in school, I had to take chemistry 2 times, okay, and I was in a class, okay, I was actually in the special needs class. I'm saying this. I wasn't like, I didn't ride the short bus or anything. I didn't ride the short bus, obviously. I mean, I'm not like mentally, disabled, but I was in the class that was below the average kids, okay? And this is kind of hard. I don't like to talk about this because I not like, this was like weird for me because it took me a long time to read. I was always the last kid to finish a test. Reading comprehension was really, really hard for me, and when I read things, I didn't know how to I didn't know how to answer the questions. I would have to read questions 5 times in a test, and I still didn't. It was hard for me to understand what it was and choose the right answer. So I had to take the below average classes than most of my other friends, and it was like weird, and I eventually, my senior year, I kind of like luckily tested out of that. So, but it was still hard. Learning was hard. I barely graduated high school, and I knew I wasn't going to do anything in college because I didn't like traditional education, and I had all the time while I was in school, I was listening to personal development audios because my brother introduced me to them around 16, 17 years old. So I was excited and fired up about things, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, okay? And then when I was coming out of high school, I was 18 years old, and I was introduced to network marketing. Okay, I was introduced to network marketing, and I thought this was it. I was like, man, holy crap, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna talk to this person and they're gonna join and I'm gonna care. Even if they're a sack of potatoes and they suck, I can make them awesome. You know what I mean? And I thought that network marketing was gonna be the end all, and I was gonna make all this money from recruiting all my friends and family, and they're all gonna love me. I've never heard about network marketing before. And then once I realized what network marketing really was and that everybody hated it and that I was just an 18-year-old ignorant kid that has never heard of Amway in my life. It wasn't Amway, by the way. I wasn't in Amway. It was another leadership development company. But this point right here was really the where I saw the vision of what life could be if you owned your own business, because I got a chance to hang around people that were making 5 figures a month. I got a chance to hang around the upline, the big guys that were making millions of dollars, and I was like, man, you can own your own business and really live the life you want. Like what they're teaching me, what they taught me in school, like I don't have to grow up and work my whole life, you know, and be on that 40-year plan to work my entire life and then hopefully at 50, 60 years old retire. Like I was like, that's an option. I don't have to do that. So at that time, I committed myself to building a business, and I did literally whatever it took. And I stayed in that network marketing company for 3 years. Okay, for 3 years, I literally drove this little silver car, this little silver car that I had, and that company, I learned the power of listening to success audios, and I wanted to succeed so bad, and all my family told me no, all my friends told me no. I actually got my mom to buy the juice. I got my mom, and I called my grandma. I sold some products to my grandma and my aunt, but that's literally about it. And what happened really is that all my friends, I would go hang out with my friends, and they would all make fun of me, and they would call me the Egyptian. That's literally, that was my name. That was my nickname around all my friends, was the Egyptian, because it's the pyramid, right? And he's like, how's the pyramids? You know, that's what it sounds funny, but it really bugged me at the time deep down, because I literally I was working at a grocery store, spending all of my money on gas and these audios and going to seminars once a month and running the roads, trying to contact people to recruit them in this business, and everybody was saying no. And the only thing that kept me in the game was programming my mind with these audios that they gave me. And I got to the point literally to where I literally would go into the gas station and I would purchase gum only to talk to the guy behind the counter and pitch him the plan. Okay, I'd buy a pack of gum and I'd pitch the guy behind the counter to show him the plan. And I would go into Walmart. Literally, you hear stories of this. I actually went into Walmart and pitched the lady at the jewelry counter with my upline standing around the corner watching me. And anyways, it was so bad, because here's the thing, there's two types of confidences, okay? There's two different realities of confidence. The number one reality of confidence is when you have built up enough wins over time and you start to feel confident, okay? You've went through so many areas in your life of positive things that have happened to you that you're confident, and then you act accordingly. And then people can feel your positive vibe of you just being confident. And then there's also a dark realm. The first realm of confidence is like you don't care what people around you think because you're confident in what you're doing. So you don't care about what other people think of you. It's almost like, you know, that's how sales is, or approaching a guy or a girl. Okay, you don't care what other people around you are thinking because you're acting with confidence. On the flip side of that, there's a dark side of not caring what people think of you, or a dark side of confidence. And it's almost like a homeless guy coming up to you in a parking lot, okay? He's almost coming at a place of desperation, and he doesn't care what you think or what anyone around him thinks, because he's got no so many times, and he's had so many failures in his life that he just is like a morbid state of just not giving a shit about anything, right? And that's where I was like going to person to person to person, and I was like I was kind of like, I got so many no's that I was just like, you don't want to join this, do you? You know, I was just kind of like at that point. And and then I ended up just slowly fading away from that company because, yeah, just spending money and just kind of getting in a morbid place and just going and working. At this point, I'm working at a grounds maintenance position, and I'm working at a grounds maintenance job, and I'm in this place of like nowhere. Okay, you know, I'm a couple few years out of high school at this point. I'm working at a grounds maintenance job, and you know, I got a motorcycle, and I'm hanging out with the wrong people, and I got out of this company that was the only thing that was good for me at the time, and I was kind of in this point of a year or two of just nothing. Okay, I was just kind of like whatever, drinking, going out with friends, hanging out with all kinds of girls, and just like screw this, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Something's gonna happen. But something that I did continue doing is I didn't completely let go of audios because it was just a habit in personal development, and that was the only thing that kind of kept my brain in the game. Is the only thing I was allowed to do at this grounds maintenance job while sweeping trash and stuff like that was listen to success audios, and that's what I did. Is I listened to success audios. I had no business to apply to. I wasn't in this network marketing company before. I didn't even own a laptop, so I wasn't online at all. Okay, so this is about a year or two working at this place. I wasn't in any business, and then my brother comes back to me again. Okay, I'm 22 at this point, and my brother comes back to me again, and he's like, Ryan, I got just literally, dude, this thing is amazing, and I've just got to show it to you. I'm like, oh, don't tell me it's another one of those freaking network marketing things again, because literally all my friends hate me, man, seriously. But I was open-minded, and I wanted something. I wanted to get out of the waking up in the morning and sweeping up garbage and, you know, all this crap. So pretty much I talked to my brother, and he said there's this thing where you can do these trial offers, and you can you know, sign these people up for free, and if they do these trial offers, you can earn some money. And I had no idea what the heck he was talking about, but I was open-minded, and I got started with this thing called Instant Payday Network. Okay, this thing called Instant Payday Network. I had no idea how it worked. The only thing that the videos were saying, the only thing that the training in Instant Payday Network was saying was to just get eyeballs to this link. And if you get eyeballs to this link, then you can make money. And I was like, how the freaking heck am I going to get eyeballs to this link? I don't even own a laptop yet. Okay, I had to use mom's laptop. I talked to my brother and I said, Brett, I don't have a computer, like, and I didn't, you know, I don't have a computer, like I'm not going to use mom's computer because that thing's super slow, and I didn't have money to buy a laptop because I was making literally like $320 a week living on my own at this time because I'd moved out. I'd moved out living with my you know, my roommate, and I couldn't afford a laptop, but I had and he said, dude, just do whatever you got to do, man, and I was like, all right. So what I did is I knew I had a credit card with $500 because that I got when I was 18 that I never had a reason to use it. And actually, I take that back. I didn't have the credit card. I had my debit card. I had my debit card, and there was about $120 left on this debit card. But I was getting ready to get paid the next couple days or something like that. So I used the debit card when I thought money was going to come in, but really the money went to, I had to use the money for rent or something, and I ended up, you know, going in the negative, like $300 to buy this laptop when I had no money for the next 2 weeks. And I was like, dang, what am I going to do? So, yeah, I didn't have any money for like a week or two, really. I think I borrowed some money from my roommate for a laptop that I had bought. To do this thing called Instant Payday Network and refer people to this link, and hopefully they'll do these trial offers. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know how to make a YouTube video. And I was like begging my brother. I was like, Brett, how do you do this? I was like, Brett, come on, man. Like, I need you to show me how to do this because I don't know how this how to do this thing. And he was like, dude, figure it out. And I was like, ah. So I went on YouTube and I saw this person. Okay, I saw this dude that was about my age, and I saw him doing a YouTube video on a review called Cedar Finance, and I was like, huh, that's all you have to do is he's making this YouTube video. I was like, I think I can make a YouTube video, and I'm pretty sure I've never done a YouTube video before. I was like, well, he looks like a pretty normal guy. He's about my age, and I think, you know, I can get on there. And so that's what I did is I made my first YouTube video in my mom's kitchen. And I was like, and it literally took me an hour and a half to do a 5-minute video. And it took me an hour and a half to do a 5-minute video, and I wanted to quit after my first video because I was like, I kept restarting the video because I hated it. I hated the video. I sounded like a moron, and I didn't even make any sense. I'll get like 10 seconds into the video, and then I would start, like, in my head, my brain would start telling me, you're not making any sense. Like, just stop this. And I almost quit after the first video, but I was just like, no, I'm going to do this because I had no other option of making money any other way. Okay, and so I finished the one video and I put it out on the internet, okay, and I started to get views, and it blew my mind. It started to get views, and quite a few views actually, and I was like, holy moly, this one video is getting like 50 views, you know, every other day or something like that. And I didn't know how, I didn't rank it or anything. I didn't know anything about SEO or YouTube or how to do any of this crap, and I just started getting views. And then about a week and a half later, I got my first lead. Okay, somebody actually, I remember I would go to sleep with my phone by my pillow, and I was like, if I can just get a lead, I'll know this will work. And I remember my phone went off about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it said, congratulations, someone just put their name and email into your capture page. You just got a lead. It's from Instant Payday Network. And I woke up, I jumped out of my bed, and I was so happy that I got just one name and one email into this capture page. So here's the funny thing. After I started getting these leads, started trickling once every other day, I showed my buddy. I was like, dude, somebody entered their name and their information into this page. It was my birthday. I remember the exact day. It was on my birthday. And I remember getting 2 leads in one day. 2 leads, that's it. Just a name and an email. I got 2 leads in one day. And I showed my friend, I was like, look, I told you this works. And he was like, that looks fake. Like, that looks like a fake thing. Like, somebody probably just, like a robot, put their name and email into there. And I was like, no, man, it's real. And then, like, a couple days later, I got my first sale. And I was, like, jumping through the roof over one freaking sale of, like, 20 bucks. I was so excited. And I was actually so excited to the point to when I was at my job, I would be checking the statistics on my phone. At this apartment complex, every building has what's called a mechanical room or a mech room, where like the hot water heater is, and like salt bags and like soft water salt bags and stuff like that. And I would go and I would sneak into the mechanical room of the apartment complexes, and I would take my phone out and check the statistics of how many people viewed my website. You know, how many people viewed my capture page and how many leads I got that day. And I would do that so often. This is what happened. I was sitting in the mechanical room, right? I was sitting in the mechanical room and I was checking my phone, and I think my boss started to catch on to this because I did it so much, because I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to leave my job one day. I was like, I'm going to get out of this freaking job and I'm going to make money online. And I only made like 1 or 2 sales ever, and I was getting like maybe a lead or 2 every other day. And I remember checking my phone. And then I heard the doorknob of the mechanical, because I'm in the mechanical room all by myself. It's a tiny little box of a room. And there's only one door. And I remember just like huddling in there, looking at the lead that I just got that day. And then the boss would kind of walk around and check up on us every once in a while. And I remember looking up at the handle of the mechanical room, and the knob was starting to turn as I had my phone out. And he swung the door open, my boss, and my phone just flies out of my hand like a freaking bar of soap. I literally was like, bing! And it flew, and my phone drops, and it hits the ground, and the phone breaks. Literally, the back of the phone flies off when it hits the ground, and it slides across the ground, and my boss goes, "Gotcha." And I was like, he was like, "You in my office." I was like, oh man, I thought I just got in trouble with like principal. I thought I was done. I thought I was like fired. I was like, dude, this sucks. So I picked up my phone off the ground and I went into his office, and he pretty much said, "You do this one more time. If I catch you one more time on your phone, you're done. Okay, I'm gonna have to, you're gonna do that. I'm gonna have to find someone else." And that day, I made a decision that I was going to work for myself, and I ended up going to look for a job to become a salesman. And I went to car lots, and I was applying at car dealerships, and I thought I needed to be good at sales. I thought I needed to be a salesman to be a successful entrepreneur and own my own business. So I went and applied at car dealerships, and I applied at this place to sell wall insulation and all this stuff, and I thought I just needed to be a salesman because I wanted to work for myself. So I applied all these car dealerships, didn't work out. One place accepted my application, and it was to sell insulation and construction supplies for homes. And I thought, if I can get good at sales, I'll be a successful businessman, right? Because my internet business was kind of like, it was kind of okay. And at this point, I just needed something. My internet business wasn't making enough money for me to do it full time, and I didn't want to work at a 9-to-5. That was the last thing I wanted to do. The last thing I wanted to do in my entire life was to work for a freaking boss and get up and go in and punch a clock and write down on my time card. That's the last thing I wanted to do after that day when my boss caught me red-handed with my phone and was treating me like a freaking piece of, I shouldn't have been on my phone, okay? If you're going to be a good employee, you need to be a good employee, but being an employee wasn't for me, okay? And if you're watching this right now and you don't feel like you're an employee, then you need to know that there are alternatives out there for you, okay? There are alternatives out there for you, and I'm going to talk about that tonight, okay? But the problem is I thought I needed to be good at sales. My internet business was doing okay, but it wasn't making enough for me to work full time. So I tried to go into sales. I'm not going to get into the whole sales situation that much, but the thing is I went into homes, home after home after home, trying to sell this glorified wall insulation, and I got cussed out of homes. Literally, I would get thrown out of homes. Like, people get the out of here. They said you weren't selling nothing, and I'm like, sorry, And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know how this business thing's gonna work, and literally I got into the sales position a week after my boss caught me. So my boss caught me on my phone. This was my 9-to-5 job. A week later, I was working for this sales company. That I dropped my job of 2 years to work for some sales company because getting caught by my boss was like the last straw for me. So I actually got fired. At this point, I was making about $100 to $200. I was making about $100 to $200 per week working online when the sales place actually fired me for not being able to sell. I pretty much my online business started to pick up a little bit at this point, and the sales guy, the manager, brought me in. He was like, "Ryan, and this is me literally after 2 or 3 months of constant no's, literally 5 times a day. 5 times a day, I would go into different homes and get no after no after no, after getting cussed out, after kindly getting let go, and after going into old war vet homes and them literally about to pull out a gun and chase me out of their house. I sold one deal that entire time, and they ended up canceling, okay? And I was like just devastated because I thought I was just a loser and couldn't sell anything. So my sales manager fired me for not being able to sell a thing, not being able to close at all. And I remember sitting in my car, kind of just like I was making $200 a week at this time. I was like, dude, I have no other option. This internet thing has to work. I have to make this work. So that's when I quit my job of 2 years as a grounds maintenance guy. I got fired from trying to sell, and I was making $200 a week online. And this is what happened. when you're in a point, listen to this. If you don't hear anything, when you're in a point when you have to make something work, you don't look at the how-to. Okay, you don't look at the how-to. And I actually wrote this down. Where is it at? Not sure where I wrote it down. Yeah, you don't look at the how-to. Okay, you learn by doing. All right, and it's like if your kids. I mean, I don't have kids, but if I had kids, and I'm on one side of a building, and there's a kid. My kids are over here, and this building's like burning. I'm not gonna be like, what's the best way to get over to my kids on that building? Like, should I go this way or should I go this way? Or I mean, I could go this way, You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be thinking about the best way to do it. I would just find the first way and just boom and just get it done. Okay. So when you're in a position that you have to do this, then you're going to do it, and you have to mentally make that decision that this is something you have to do and that you're going to do, and you learn by doing. Don't try and figure it out, and then after you research it and after you do the market research, then you're going to do that. No, you're going to just get it done, and that's the time when I had to make the decision. When I did the 30-day, I set my 30-day goals when I originally told you guys. When I set my first 30 days, that was the time when I first wrote down my 30-day goal, and I stayed consistent, and that's when my business blew up, okay? And that's when I started to make $400 or $500 a week, and that's when I met Dave, and I met an awesome business person like Dave, and then a couple months later, somebody like a Wade Hamill came along, and other people like Jake Jervis came along, and I started to build this team because I initially made that decision that this is what I was going to do, and I ran into a business that actually worked. Okay, the business that actually turned everything around for me completely online is it wasn't actually the instant payday network. Actually got my foot wet in the door, got my feet wet online. But what changed everything for me was the IPAS2 system and Empower Network. Okay, those are the two systems. When I learned how to market online using the very first system, which is Instant Payday Network, back when I very first started, but just a couple months after that, I ran into the Empower Network system and the iPass system, and that's when I broke my first 5-figure month on the internet. And now I live in San Diego, California, doing what I want to do, traveling when I want to travel, not having to worry about what kind of groceries I can buy. I can buy all organic groceries, all that kind of stuff now because I made that decision then. So right now, if you're in a position where you feel like you're in that struggle mode, the system literally that changed everything for me back then is literally available to you right now with not only supercharged. This is a system supercharged from the very first system that I got started with, but you have a winning team. Okay, I have 2 guys that are killing it online right now, killing it with this system. Wade Hamill and Dave Ranick. I had a couple other guys that couldn't make it on Hangout right now. But what I'm going to do for you guys is what I'm going to do for the people that are watching this Hangout. The people, if you're new, if you're watching this, if you're still on here, I'm going to give you guys a gift. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a gift. And what that gift is free traffic training from myself and Dave. Okay, Dave actually has a completely free members area for you and this is going to be our free gift to you just for staying here at the end of this webinar and getting getting some more information and getting started with the iPass system. So if you make a decision and get started on our team with this system that has literally changed my life on the internet, which literally has allowed me to start living the life of my dreams, the life that I was only dreaming about when I was working as a grounds maintenance guy and working at the stupid sales jobs and network marketing companies. Okay, this is what has opened up everything for me and literally has allowed me to train a lot of other of my team members. And there's a button to your left. Okay, there's a button to your right. It's called the Freedom button, and you can literally get started on our team for only $7. Okay, and what we're going to give you on top of, if you decide to get started tonight, I'm going to give you free traffic training. and Dave is also going to give you his free members area training if you decide to get started on our team tonight, okay? And then I'm also going to give you a 15-minute coaching call with myself. So you're going to get free traffic training from me, a members area training from Dave, and then a 15-minute coaching call with myself if you decide to go ahead and click the orange button to your right and get started on our team, okay? And you can do this in the next 10 minutes. If you do this in the next 10 minutes, like I said, you're going to get all of that value, literally a value of a minimum of $497, okay, between the traffic training that I'm going to give you and the training that Dave is going to give you access to. I think he'll post a link below here, and then between the coaching call that I'm going to give you is a minimum of a $400 to $500 value just in and of itself, okay? So what I want to actually do is just go ahead and click the button. Go ahead and click the button. It's called the Freedom button, the orange button. And I'm gonna put a timer up here, and timer. All right, I'm gonna put a timer up here. And if you're brand new tonight, if you're not already started on this system, okay, if you're not already in our IPAS2 marketing system, this is going to give you all the training that you need in order to make money online, okay? Like I said, up to 5 figures a month. That's personally my results. Results might vary, okay? I'm just telling you. But let me go ahead and put up the timer up here. That way you can see. All right, so if you can see that timer, Dave, I'm not sure if you're there, man. If you can chime in real quick, and if you guys can see that
sure,
timer. Can you see that timer?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
okay.
I can see the timer.
Okay, so and if you're new, if you're fairly new, then that's the time that you have to go ahead and click this orange button. It's called the Freedom button, okay? Click that orange button, go ahead and get started on our team, and I'm going to give you the traffic training, and Dave is also going to give you his members area traffic training, and then also a 15-minute coaching call with myself, and I'm going to know if you got started through that button because I have the button coded. To know if people got started tonight from that button. But what I want to do right now is actually bring on Wade. Dave, would you be able to post that link in the comments, Dave? The one that you just shot me.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If right now I have a very successful. I want to get a testimonial from a guy named Wade Hamill. He's a team member of mine. Mine and Dave's, and he is had 2 sales online today. He's starting to build his residual income, and things are going really good for Wade, and he's just starting to kill it online. So Wade, if you can kind of come out, man, and just tell us the type of results that you're getting with this system, and specifically what products have been helping you.
Okay, no problem, Ryan. Thanks for that intro. First of all, if you guys are new, you really need to take advantage of what Ryan's, and Dave are offering you. You will not regret it. I mean, these guys know their training and know what they're talking about. You guys need to really take advantage of that. This IPAS system it's incredible. It is such an easy system, and I've done internet marketing before, and actually, got started, with Ryan and another business that he had. And I learned a lot of training through what he was offering, which has brought me to where I am today. But then when that IPAS system came out, it just changed everything for me. And I just recently, upgraded to the pro level in the IPAS, which is the Empower, which has their blogging platform and their inner circle. And those 2 things, people, it's amazing what you can do with first of all, the blogging system. It is very easy. Anybody can do it. I mean, I'm not computer techy. I don't know a lot about computers, but the blogging system pretty much does everything for you. And I'm the type of person that hates to write. I've never been good on writing. I've never liked it. But ever since I started blogging, I've noticed an increase on getting more leads and some more sales. And not only with the blogging platform, they have what's called Inner Circle, which is audio tapes of, motivational speaking. And since I started listening to those, it's changed my complete attitude. There's days where, I kind of live out in the country, and when the weather's nice, I'll go for a walk. And instead of listening to music, I'll actually download some of the audio from the inner circle and just go on a walk and listen to that. And as you keep doing it over and over, you start realizing, that things are easier to handle. Um, if you're having a bad day in the business, you don't get so frustrated. You just kind of shrug it off. You're like, hey, it's no big deal. I got to keep going forward. There's a motivational speaker, Eric Thomas, and one of his favorite things he likes to say is fail forward. If you're going to fail, keep on going forward. There's nothing wrong with failing. You just got to keep going forward. And, with the Empower Network, that I'm doing right now is a pro level. I'm eventually going to move on up. But what I'm doing is making a huge difference in my sales. Like I said, I got 2 sales today. To some people, that's maybe not a lot, but it's a good feeling. I woke up, had a sale, and then later on through the day, I got another sale, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, as far as blogging, because I noticed that is making a huge difference. Dave had a webinar Monday, and he was talking, actually last week, he was talking about you've got to syndicate. You've got to, when you're posting on Facebook, there's a lot of us, and I'm just as guilty, then when we post on Facebook, we post our link to our capture page. Well, I changed that and started posting my link to my blogging post. And that has made a huge difference as far as my leads go. I'm getting more leads going that route instead of just posting my capture page. Because in my blog, there's so much that they can look over, and they don't feel overwhelmed. They're getting information, they don't feel pressured, and they see the stuff that I have on the side, and they're like, oh, hey, let me check this out, and it leads them to my capture page. So I'm making it more comfortable for them, because I've always done sales through my entire life. I mean, I used to work for 2 beer companies. I used to work for Coors, and I used to work for Budweiser, and I had to leave those because due to a back injury. But I've done that kind of sales. I've done door-to-door as far as selling frozen food. So I know how to do that pressure, and then I know what it's like. And I know for me, if I'm going anywhere, kind of give you an example. If you go to a car dealership, there are some car dealerships that will just, there's guys out there that just pounce on you and they just pressure you and pressure and pressure you, and you don't want nothing to do with them. You end up leaving. The people in the car lot that are just sitting there just giving you time to look over their vehicle, that's who you want to do business with, because you don't feel pressured. You feel like you can trust them. And that's what the blogging, for me at least, it has. That's what I'm trying to get people to feel more comfortable with, is not being pressured. And that kind of builds up more of a trust. So to me, the blogging platform is the best way to go if you're wanting to get into the IPAS2 system. That alone it's an easy system. I mean, anybody can do it. I'm
Have you made more
43
money?
years old.
Oh,
What's
sorry.
that?
I was going to ask if how much, since joining the IPAS2 system, has that really where your income has really taken a change being
Oh,
online?
yeah.
Would that be a great, yeah.
Yeah, that's because the other system I was doing that you had was the online profit for newbies. And, I was making a little bit of money, but once the IPAS2 system came out, it was just a huge, huge difference. But what I learned through the online profits for newbies that you taught is helped me be successful with the IPAS2 system. So that training you provided, and then Dave, I've seen some of his training that you guys here as this timer's ticking down, that you have access to get. That's going to help you in the IPAS2 system. So not only getting the IPAS2 system training that's in the system, which is great, you have the chance to get training from Brian, which is very good, as well as Dave. So you're getting down to 2 minutes here, people. I would seriously click that button so you can take advantage of all this training, because you don't want to regret that. I mean, Ryan and Dave make it so easy. I've done other systems, and you look at the training, and the person that's doing the training, you leave there more confused than anything. And with what these 2 gentlemen have taught, it's so easy. And the nice thing is you have the ability to get in touch with them. whether it be through Skype or on Facebook. Neither one of these guys are going to ignore your call. If you're texting them on Facebook, Ryan will get back to you. Dave's the same way. So if you're confused on something, they're going to come back and they're going to answer it for you. Versus other systems out there, you type a message up to the person that's doing the training, you're never going to hear from them, and that's just so frustrating. And that's one thing I love about this IPAS system is that you do get support versus all those other systems.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, we're in 1 minute. You guys really need to take advantage of this.
Yeah, man, I'm just super
yeah.
pumped to see you, man. That just all the results that you're posting in the Facebook group. I'm like, dude, Wade is killing it, man. Look at all his action he's taking, and like, so
Well,
yeah.
that's the thing is you have to stay consistent, and there again with that inner circle, getting those. And if you can't afford getting an inner circle, there's YouTube videos that have motivation. There's Tony Robbins. There's all kinds of books and audios that you can get. And what that does is at times you don't feel like making a video or writing a blog. If you listen to that stuff, you're going to get pumped, or you're going to want to do that. I have a dream to live a certain lifestyle, and I'm going for that dream. And there's nothing that's going to stop me. The IPAS, I've already seen success with it, and I know what I'm capable of doing, and I'm not going to stop. The only way you can get me to stop, making money is I'm going to have to die before I'm going to stop. That's just, and this system, it's always getting better. So I know as the future, things are going to get so much better. So
yeah, man,
click that orange button.
Yeah, well, all right, guys. Well, the time is up there. And what I can tell you is, right now is if you have made a decision, I mean, here, go ahead and flip the screen back over to me. If you guys have already made the decision to get started, congratulations to you. Let me go ahead and see really quickly here. Dave, are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let me go ahead and let me get the screen back. I've got so many different tabs and. I got so many tabs and screens up, but yeah, Dave. I know that Dave's kind of been hanging out like this whole entire time, man. Thanks for just kind of being cool and hanging out, or whatever. But Dave is another one that a lot of you guys know Dave, and we have other people that are making money on the internet. We got Jake Jervis. He's making sales almost every day, every other day. Other people on Dave's team. Dave, you can speak for people on your team, but Dave is one of them himself that's almost surpassing my income. If you guys have ever wondered, is this a type of system where you can make more money than the person that sponsored you? Well, Dave is about pretty much that guy, and Dave has surpassed my income, my residual income easily several times. So yes, this isn't one of those things where you sponsor somebody. You can make more money than anybody if you put in the work. So this is this guy right here, Dave Ranica from South Africa, that is just blowing people's minds with the money that he can make on the internet. So what's up, brah?
I wanted to, I don't know, Ryan, if you remember this, but when I first got started on the internet, I had an intention where I remember saying to you, if I could just earn $1 online, it would really just change a lot for me. And you said to me, man, Dave, imagine if you were making like $1,000. And that was something I wanted to do. I really wanted to do. And I do remember you saying at one stage.
I remember that. I remember. And you didn't believe it. You were like, oh, you laughed at me. You literally laughed. You said, there's no way. I was like, dude, you're going to make $1,000 a month at one point. I was like, it's going to happen. And you stopped and you literally threw your head back and you laughed at me.
Because, I mean, come on, $1,000. It's like, if I said, I mean, it was like saying to me, Dave, imagine if you earned like 10,000 Rand. And I was like, oh, what? Can't compute, And what was interesting about that, Ryan, is that I think a few weeks later, you were teaching me stuff that you had learned from the 15K formula, which actually, as I'm going through it now, the first module actually is about having a clear intent on where you want to be. And I do remember you saying, Dave, you've got to actually put yourself in that position where you can see yourself earning that money. And just, I mean, you were talking about, there's a fire over there and your kids are in the building. And Oh man, that was such a good illustration because you're not thinking about, oh man, I've got to go through that door, I've got to go through this door. You will run through a wall, to save people you care about. The whole idea is you just got to know that you want to know the intent. You know the intent so much that you're just about to do everything you can to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it now 2 years later, and I've already doubled what I initially, as you were saying, $1,000. I'm up
Yeah,
to
you're almost
2,500.
tripled. You're almost tripling that on a monthly basis.
Yeah, and it's a real it's a reality. Anybody, there's no question about it. If and here's the beauty. Here's the crazy thing. If I took somebody who was willing and and said, okay, I'm teachable. I'll do anything you tell me to do, and I said to them, okay, just do steps 1 to 10, and you will be successful. Okay. And here's the crazy thing, that I'm doing that with people, and all they're doing is just following the training that you were talking about, the training that I've got. All of it's there, and we've literally seen people go through the training, and within the first couple of weeks, they're already bringing in sales. I mean, it's just nuts. So it's not a case of, I can't do this, because a lot of it has to do with the fact that you've got to believe in yourself. And I do remember thinking, there is no way that I could even, and now I'm looking back on it, and I'm thinking, if my entire, if everything was taken away from me right now, and in fact, about a month ago, my entire channel was taken down, all right, which brought my leads right down to like 7 a day, okay, and that is crazy. And I've just been working for about a month again to get my stuff back up, and I'm back up to 28 leads a day, because I've taken what I've known and I've just put it into practice. So anybody can do this. There's no question. And I would say, out of what I appreciate about the IPAS system is the way that it all fits together on autopilot. So you don't have to be a super genius to get started. Like you were saying in your story, you were saying, that Squidoo lens and the blog and the this. I was doing that by marketing, what you were saying. I was doing exactly that, and I was getting nowhere. But this system,
I didn't need
so
it,
simple.
man. Don't feel bad. I didn't need it.
Yeah. It's it's like if you said to me, Dave, I'm going to send you away to a college or university, and you're going to have to pay them like $10,000, and then after 3 years you're going to come out with an education and you're going to start making money. But if you said to me, Dave, go to a college, it's going to cost you, 1/10 of that, okay, to get started, and while you're doing it, I'm going to pay you for it. So you actually going to a university to learn how to market. And the interesting thing about the system is it not only teaches you how to make money quickly, but it teaches you how to make money with anything. So, I've got a book. When I started, I only sold 2 copies in the space of 6 months. And ever since I've started this, I've sold so many copies of my books only because I understand how marketing works. So this isn't just a business about starting a business. It's about teaching you how to take anything you have. When you graduate to the higher levels, you can literally sell anything. And that's the brilliance about the IPAS2 system. So I just want to say, I mean, just that one module in the 15K got me to nearly triple my income to where I am now. So absolutely, man. If anybody is thinking about upgrading or getting all the other stuff, you've got to get in now, because the knowledge is there. And if I had knowledge I had back then that I had now, I wouldn't have taken 8 months to make my first commission. So yeah, you know, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so crazy if you knew what you knew now, starting at the beginning, how much faster you could just like bang money, just pull money out of thin air, right? Yeah, so we got
Yeah.
Mike. Mike went ahead and got started. Well, I'm not sure whoever. There's probably several other people that got started, depending on who invited you here. But I saw, I know Mike decided to get started tonight in the IPAS2 system through the link, through the button on your right, the Freedom button. And pretty much, I know the timer was set for 10 minutes, and that's what I wanted to. If you got started within that 10-minute period, then you know, congratulations. But you know, you pretty much have only the next, like, that guaranteed that you pretty much were able to, you know, get a coaching call with myself, get my and Dave's training. And anything else that I just happen to throw at you for, you know, for free as a free gift, just for getting started, okay? Because that's what I want to do, is I want to give you guys as much, you know, value and stuff like that while you're on the Hangout. So yeah, basically in the next 30 seconds before we close the Hangout out, if you go ahead and just get started right now, you can go ahead and click that button, get started, and you know, I'll get on the phone with you, or even Dave, you know, or Wade. You know, Wade right there. You know, he can. Wade, you jump on the phone with Wade, and you know, all of us know how to make money on the internet. You know, we all know how to do that. And if you don't know who Wade is, definitely reach out to Wade on Facebook, just Wade Hamill, and you know, Dave as well, or myself. You know, reach out to us on Facebook. We're obviously real humans. I mean, I'm just sitting here, just hanging out on a Thursday night, and just trying to let you guys know that the answer is there. It's here, okay? As Dave said, I actually really like what you said about that. It's almost like going to a university or a college for digital marketing, except we're actually going to pay you as you're learning versus paying the college tens of thousands of dollars and, you know, go off and get a job now. We're actually going to pay you as you learn. You know, granted that you actually put in the work and actually do what we teach, then yes, you can make money as you learn. So
Yeah,
I actually think it's better training that that the IPAS is providing than any university or college would be offering. And
yeah,
you know, if Dave could go back and know as much as he does now, instead of being the 24-hour marketer, he'd probably be the 48-hour marketer. Because this guy never stops.
yeah. Yeah, he is. He's the 365 24/7. Exactly what he is.
I've got to actually clear that up though, because even though I do have an affinity for staying up long hours, I mean, I stayed up for like 7 days after coming back from England, and my body clock has been completely whack. But the whole intention behind the 24-hour marketer is that the strategies work 24 hours. So they do. And that's why you can actually sleep and make money at the same time. We had a power outage a few days ago, and I made 2 sales in 2 hours. You know, and I didn't even do anything. So, you know, it's so cool to be able to sit down with your friends. And, I mean, this is the best. You're sitting down with your friend, right? And they're like talking to you, and your phone beeps. And you go, oh. And they go, what? And so, no, I just made some money. Carry on. And it's so awesome because they just go, what? What do you mean you just made? And then, I mean, it's unreal. So it is. It's absolutely, completely doable. If you're thinking it can't be done, it can be done. And I know Wade is killing it, man. He's just following the training, you know, and he's doing everything he's supposed to do every single day, being consistent, because a lot of people try it out once. They do one, like for instance with YouTube, they'll do one video and they won't make a single video after that. And you just have to realize you got to just keep on making this stuff all the time. It's not making one video is not going to get you anywhere. Okay, you've got to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to make myself at least 25 videos this week, or you know, I'm going to make 4 videos a day for like a month, all right? And if you're just following the training and taking in the stuff, there is, you know, obviously everyone's results are different. I have to say that because, quite frankly, if you're just sitting on the camera going, hi, my name is And you know, people are you gotta be personable and a little more exciting and put a little life into yourself. But you will make sales. You know, I have seen people as boring as death make sales. All right. So if they can do it, you can do it. Don't think you can't. You can. And I have so many excuses. Like Ryan, you know, I come from a school where, because I'm dyslexic, I've got spelling problems, and I was exactly like Ryan. I was in classes where I had to take longer classes, you know, for tests and stuff. I was always that guy where my problems were in school. So I was the guy that everybody thought was never going to amount to anything. But in this particular line, I'm actually making more than a lot of my very successful friends are making. I'm making more than a lot of engineers are making, and you know, a lot of lawyers. So if it's got nothing to do with who you are, it's got to do with how you're going to get there, your determination and your consistency. You can be, if you're taking massive, consistent, ignorant action, you're going to get somewhere. That's it. That's all it is.
Yep, and you guys have the exact same system. You guys have the exact same system, literally at your fingertips right now for the cost of a couple cups of coffee. You know, a Starbucks tall coffee at Starbucks. Okay, I mean, literally, right now, just click that orange button. Just make a decision. You know, pull out your credit card, make a decision right now, and get started on our team. Because this is a winning team of people that are making this work. I mean, right now we have, I can go down the list and name off some people. We got, you know, Jennifer Hill hanging out, you know, Lee Man, I'm not exactly sure, Lee Man, you know, Chris Pires is hanging out here.
We got Bill.
We got Bill Cole hanging out, Babe CS, I'm not sure exactly who that is. You know, Jake Jervis, you know, Mike Ebers, he's hanging out here, and there's just a lot of other people just hanging out, you know, and let's see here,
and
Market Secret Blogger, Secrets Blogger. What was that, Dave?
No, I was saying Mike made his first sale a few days ago.
Mike who?
Mike Whitehead.
Oh, Mike Whitehead. Congratulations, Mike, for getting your very first sale. Johnny Sherwood. Johnny Sherwood's getting sales almost every other day now, every day on the internet. You know, we got people posting in the Facebook group all the time of just new sales with this system that you literally have access to off to your right, the freedom button. All right, so you know, with that said, guys, like I said, if you get started while you're on the Hangout right now, I'm gonna reach out and give you a phone call just to welcome you onto the team and really figure out you know, I want to help you figure out the best way that you can get started online. Okay, the best way that you can get started with this system and get rolling. I want to figure out where you're at, you know, what your skill level is, you know, what to start first, your story, what your story is, and the best marketing strategy for you to start getting eyeballs to your system to start, you know, making money with the system. So
yeah, there's a question here.
Yeah. Signed up last week. I'll schedule something coming up. Big question. Does IPAS give info that is applicable outside of IPAS? Did everyone join Empower Network go black or what? I'm not sure exactly what your name is. I know it's WebWeBack something. The question is, does IPAS give info that is applicable outside of IPAS? And I think what you're asking is the training that we provide in IPAS, can you use that training elsewhere? Can you use that training to make money at other places? And yes, you absolutely can. I mean, what Dave was saying, you know, he wrote a book, and through the training that he's learned in IPAS, through the marketing strategies, and through the things that we teach you with the system, you can apply this to sell anything that you want to. Okay, you can learn the Facebook, the YouTube, the you know, the Bing paid advertising, the YouTube paid advertising strategies, and sell literally anything that you want to sell using the power of a freaking computer and an internet connection. So yes, you can apply the same thing and do, going black card. Yes, go black. Okay, I'm a black card member. All right, Dave is getting ready to go full black card member here. I think he said hopefully here in the next few weeks or as soon as he can. Keep in mind with Dave, he lives in a country where literally his currency is 1/10 of the American dollar, so literally it's like $10,000 million for him to make that to pull the trigger on that. But yes, I mean you definitely want to maximize your earning potential and be a black card member within the system. And yeah, I'm a black card member, and without being a black card member, I wouldn't have been able to have 5-figure months with the system. So if that helps to answer your question, yeah.
Yeah, there's a question about being grandfathered in.
Grandfathered in. Also, last week you were talking about grandfathering a couple of products. What is the best strategy? Is he talking about the IPAS system or what?
Yeah, I think he's talking about being grandfathered into the new IPAS.
Right. The Pro. The Pro.
Yeah.
Pro,
so,
yeah.
do you want me to talk a bit on that?
Yeah, go ahead and talk a little bit about. I'm gonna be right back. I've been drinking coffee, so I gotta run to the restroom.
Yeah. Okay. So what's gonna happen? I think it's on the 1st of April. Is that right, Wade?
Yeah, it's going out to the public the 1st of April.
Yeah, on the 1st of April, they're introducing the IPAS Supercharged, which is going to be introducing a new product that's going to be launched, and that new product is going to be called IPAS2. And basically, they're going to have levels that are going to be like you're going to have your bronze level, which is now going to be the inner circle and stuff, okay, as far as I understand. Then we're going to be having IPAS2, which is going to include coaching or mentors that's going to help your business grow, all right? And another product that's going to be launched, well, not really, it's not new, but it's working on the old 6-figure shortcut. And that 6-figure shortcut, which was sold for, I think it's sold for $97, or how much is it? Wait,
it was $47.
$47.
And now it's going to go to $197.
Yeah, so they've taken the $47 product, and now what they've done is they have revamped it and put in tons more training, and it's now got a value of $197. And when you get into when that gets launched, if you own the 6-figure shortcut, you're going to be grandfathered into the $197 product. So if you have not bought that product, my suggestion would be to go and buy it, all right? Because you don't want to be spending that extra money when you could have done it before. If you haven't bought it, if you want to get that 6-figure shortcut and it gets launched, you're going to have to pay $197. So my suggestion would be, if you're in the IPAS system, go ahead and upgrade now and get the $47 product so that you are grandfathered into that product when they get relaunched. Now, what's going to happen is these levels, all right, there's going to be a new type of funnel, all right, that's going to come out. Now, there's going to be the funnel is going to be a $47 product for the basic member that starts off. If they don't want that $47 product, they'll be given a $1 trial. All right, that $1 trial will give them like a week to try it out. All right, I think it's a week. I think it may be longer, but I think it's a week or 14 days. I'm not sure. All right. After that, they'll be given the option to go for the 6-figure shortcut and the IPAS2. All right. So there's going to be a whole new type of funnel that's going to be coming in with a different amount of options, but that will be clearer when it actually gets launched. All right, they're actually going to be talking about that, I'm sure, a little bit more before the actual launch happens. But I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I'm sure that right there was what they were looking for, because that's exactly what we were talking about last week about being grandfathered in with the system. So if you are, if this this system is something that that you've been watching us for a while. You've been on the Hangouts for a while now, and you're watching this. And maybe maybe you're in the system. Okay, maybe you're in the system, and you're starting to have some success. Just make that decision. Go to the pro level. If you can get as high up that level, if not be a black card member, because that is going to open up all that earning potential, okay, for you. And for me right now, if I was to start all over again, some people ask me, Ryan, what would you do if you were to start all over again? What would you do? And what I would do is I would first of all go become a black card member right away, and then I would just go insane with my YouTube game and blogging. What I would do is I'd make my YouTube videos and I would post that on my blog, make a blog post with a YouTube video, growing my YouTube channel, ranking in YouTube, but not only ranking in YouTube, but ranking in Google as well with my blog, and then just marketing that blog on Facebook. Okay, that's what I would do, and then I would drive traffic to my blog and get people to look at my side banner and opt in, give their name and their email, through driving traffic to my blog, and then when people sign up through the system, I will give them a call, and then talk to people about see where they're at, and if they can invest and make that financial investment, then go get the black card, and then I would make my money back, and then I would just keep doing that, and which is what I do now. But that's exactly what I would do. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody has any more questions, guys. If you guys have got it on the six-figure shortcuts, I missed that last week. Thanks. Okay. Gotcha. All right, cool. So I'm not sure if anybody has any more questions. If you don't have any more questions, really appreciate you hanging out and spending some time with myself and Dave and Wade Hamill hanging out here. So yeah, well, I know it's kind of delayed, so if somebody has questions, we're probably going to end up hanging up, and then they're going to be like, ah. So
time for a commercial break.
Right? Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions, post your questions right below now. And if you have any questions about getting started, maybe with the pro system, if you have any questions for Wade specifically, if you have any questions for Dave specifically, if you have any questions for me specifically, go ahead and post those questions. Maybe if you want to go become a black card member, and you are not sure, maybe if you want to pull you have the money, but you're not sure if you want to pull the trigger yet, if maybe something that's holding you back. But yeah, if you're brand new, if you're still watching this, if you haven't made a decision, if you really haven't made the money that you really want to on the internet, then click that button on the right now. All right, get started. I know I had the timer already set. If you got it within the timer, that's awesome. But if not, then
there's one more question.
Then I'll give you I'll get that question. Or you want to get that question? Last one, OPFN. So online, is OPFN still happening? Online Profits for Newbies is still definitely around. You can, yes. I still make money through the MyCash freebies and the Online Profits for Newbies. But a majority of our money is coming from the IPAS2 and the Empower Network products. And because I've done Hangouts in the past, that the offers, and this is site-wide, this has nothing to do with Online Profits for Newbies, okay? This has nothing to do with the Online Profits for Newbies system at all, okay? This is the MyCash freebie sites, okay? The MyCash freebie sites, from what I'm seeing, they're not converting as high as what they used to, okay? You can still make money with the MyCash freebie sites. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying that a better use of your time and a better use of your traffic is through promoting something where people actually have to pull out their credit card and make a buying decision for two reasons. Reason number one is you're actually building a community of people that are buyers, and when you build a community of people that are buyers, number one, those people work more, are more on average, I'm not saying that everyone that buys is going to be an amazing person that's going to work hard, but on average, more often than not, people who buy are going to work harder, more than average, than people that are looking for a handout. Number two, people who buy typically buy more. Okay, and you know you want to build a list of buyers. If you only build a list of freebie seekers, then you know you're not going to be able to make that much money. Okay, and you know they're not going to be as high quality of a lead or a person in your business. Number two, yeah, I mean it's just that the IPAS system is converting leads into sales better than what the MyCash freebies sites. And the MyCash freebie sites obviously has to do with online profits for newbies. So hopefully that answers your question. Online profits for newbies, it's still around, you know, but I personally am focusing more on my marketing efforts towards the IPAS2 system. So if you want to market that, yeah.
On the black card, and now I'm not 100% sure, but when somebody goes and joins the IPAS2 system, I think that they have like a 7-day discount on the black card, where I think it's like they can save like $1,200. That's only for 7 days.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. So just to kind of throw that out there, if anybody's wanting to go to the black card and wanting to save some money, if you sign up with IPAS2, you have 7 days to save it. I think it's over $1,200 discount.
Yeah, I think what Wade's saying is right. So if you do get started with the IPAS system, if you're still within that 7-day period, you can save like I don't know, like $1,200 or something, which is pretty big. Because when I went all in, I went and actually had to call my bank. I was like 22 years old. I'm like calling my bank. I'm like, give me a credit card increase, please. You know, and then I made the decision for that, which was amazing. So. If you guys have any more questions, definitely post below. If not, that's cool. So, yeah. Well, anyways, so with that said, if you guys got started tonight through the button on the right, if you guys got started within that timer frame, I'm definitely giving you a call. And if you got started, even if it was after the timer, just after the timer, that's cool too. I mean, I'll still give you a phone call, but...
I'm going to be taking my link off now.
Yeah, that's cool. Take your link off, and then, yeah, take your link out of there. So, yeah, well, thanks, Dave and Wade, for coming on, brothers.
Thank you.
I'll see everyone next week, and have an awesome weekend. Later.
Later.